Christmas mug, not frightened. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So for the past 2 weeks out here in Cyprus, as a battalion, we've been training in public order, what is more commonly known as RIOT training. It's exactly what it says on the tin. It's dealing with a crowd that becomes aggressive, becomes violent, trying to control it, trying to maintain it, and ultimately achieve whatever that mission is. So in this video, I'm going to show you 2 different scenarios for what we've been training. So I covered A and D company out on exercise. It's very windy. I don't know if you can hear that wind. Cyprus is very windy at the moment. Anyway, there are multiple different scenarios, but in this video I'm going to cover 2 of them. Public order training is really good for testing things like discipline, teamwork, controlled aggression, and all that sort of stuff. And to be completely honest with you, it's probably the only time in a training environment that you can really test and push those factors to the limit. Because if you're using blank rounds or if you're just firing at targets on a range, you can't really get that element of fear involved. But here, essentially, if you do things wrong, you're going to get beaten up. So the way it worked is A company were the civilian population, they were the rioters for 2 days. Then they swapped around and D company became the rioters too. So each had a go at doing it. Now, whilst it is good fun, don't get me wrong, you know, being able to just go out there and essentially have a bit of a scrap, there's a lot of tactics that come into play as well, and it's not easy. The rioters are kicking off, throwing objects, trying to antagonise the exercising troops. You know, they're having things thrown at them such as petrol bombs, bricks, potatoes, whatever on earth there is to basically be launched at them, whilst, you know, trying to be tackled to the ground, trying to be taken away from the rest of the platoon or the rest of the company. So in this video, really we're going to cover 2 separate scenarios. The first scenario is a withdrawal. So the way it starts is there is a VIP, such as an ambassador, and he needs to be extracted from the building that he's in. The exercising troops need to clear the rioters out of the way in order to extract him, and then the aim is to withdraw. Now, it's actually a really difficult thing to do because essentially as you start retreating, the rioters think they have the upper hand, etc. But that's actually what the mission entails. That's what you got to do. So it's actually quite a difficult tactical scenario they're being put in. Phase number 2 is dealing with a barricade. So trying to clear the road, clear the obstruction to then go forward and deal with the crowd itself. So without further ado, let's go and see what happened earlier in the week when I joined A and D company on exercise. So after successfully completing phase 1 and dealing with the withdrawal, the exercise conducting officer then briefed the rioters on exactly what was going to happen next and set up for the barricade. The aim for this one is to clear the obstruction in the road and then deal with the crowd. And that rounds up the exercise. So as you can see in parts, it's pretty aggressive, it's pretty full on, it's pretty intense. You know, you've got objects being thrown at you, could be set on fire as well. There's obviously safety elements and parameters in and around there too. But overall, in terms of simulating a real riot, it's pretty full on, as I'm sure you'd agree. As ever, if you like this sort of stuff, give it a like, click subscribe, and click the bell to be notified every time I upload a video. That's it for public order and riot training. I will see you next week with a brand new video.